As an actor, right, you're never in continuous employment, right? So even as a student, as a drama student, etc., I was always doing something else to earn some money, right? You're always either cutting people's lawns or painting a house or cleaning or working as a waiter, right? It was natural for me to do all of that in between jobs. And what happened was I sort of fell in with, first of all, Carlton Tower in London, which was at that point a Hyatt property, just getting a second job to keep your body and soul together, and one thing led to another, and eventually, as I got older, I think it was because of the security, probably. It was, and one thing you also have to remember in the hotel industry, we're all actors to a certain extent, right? We're all there putting on our best face for the customer, right, and for the staff, right? You might not feel that great today, but you've got to be out there. You've got to be there giving a positive impression, right? So I always say to the staff, you never get a second chance to make a good first impression. So it's a little bit like that. And so all of my years that I worked as an actor were not wasted in the hotel industry. Initially, because as you know, I'd worked in Tokyo before, right? So I'd had the privilege of working in Japan for more than 6 years. I was at that stage in Los Angeles. I was working in Los Angeles. And I, of course, had known Peter Bohr, etc., in the Peninsula Group, because actually when they came to Japan, they used to host many of the events like the roadshow that we're seeing this week in the hotel that I happened to be running. So, obviously there was some recognition and relationship. So when Peter I met him when he came to Los Angeles. When he said, "Would I be interested?" Of course, number one, to go back to Japan, but perhaps more important than that, in your career as a general manager in the hospitality industry, you don't always get a chance to establish a hotel right from the beginning. Usually you're taking over a hotel from somebody else, right? But to actually have the opportunity to create it from the very beginning is a wonderful opportunity. So why wouldn't I? Part of the culture of Peninsula, as you know, right, is whatever location we're in, we try to very much identify with the local culture, the local location. And yes, as we talked about this earlier. Peninsula to the Japanese customer was always a great icon, right? Because Japanese were used to coming to Hong Kong, and of course they knew the Peninsula. It was a sort of a very revered sort of hotel, right? In the 60s and the 70s, etc. Peninsula chocolates have always been very popular with Japanese ladies, so there was a tremendous anticipation. But even though it is, considered to be Peninsula is Hong Kong, etc., they very much, because of the way we've strategized in Tokyo, they very much have taken it to heart themselves. They very much they feel very familiar with it. So they feel very comfortable with the Peninsula. Well, I'm involved in everything, right? But I think just commenting on the earlier question, we're very much part of the community, right? And we've established ourselves in the Marunouchi area, etc. We are very much about giving back to the community, because it's obviously, any great hotel thrives and relies upon the community, right? So we are involved in a number of charities. We are very much involved in local organizations, etc. So they are part of our strategies in order to create and build the awareness of the hotel over the years. So I'm involved in all the marketing strategies, all the public relations strategies. At the moment, obviously, for all of us, we're going through a period where you really have to offer good, outstanding actually value for money in order to get the customer in. There's so much competition, times have been tougher, so all of those kind of things, they're the kind of strategies that I'm very much involved in. I think right from the beginning I was the one that I established the fact that we wanted to make Peninsula affordable luxury, right? I used to use that phrase a lot because Peninsula has a certain image of luxury and you didn't want to frighten people away. We talked about it at lunchtime, if you remember, right? You don't want to scare people off, right? We want to be all-encompassing and show that there's something for everyone. So that was very important. I set that as a strategy right from the beginning. And I think we've had relatively good success with that. Of course, it's ongoing, right? Once your doors open, you all of these things continue and never end.